Hey everyone's JackelWolf coming at you with something different, something new on my channel. This is a 5 minutes, that's how I did it. But it's not a 5 minutes, that's how I did it from a specific mod pack. This is going to be a 5 minutes, that's how I did it, focusing on just a singular mod. Now, this is going to be in conjunction with another series that I've got on the go, which is going to be some modded Minecraft mini games, where I take new mods for the community, combine them together, and then create some sort of mini game out of them. Since the 1.17 update has only recently been released, my plan is to focus on mods from this version. That way I'm keeping things fresh, keeping things new. Now you can see behind me here, I've got a little bit of a Coliseum on the go. Now I started this last night on a stream, just basically using commands and, my own, sheer build muscle, which is fine and which is good. I'm building this in creative. I'm not, certainly not trying to do this in survival. But even building in creative can be a lot of work sometimes. So one of the things I remembered checking out when I was going through the new mod list for the 1.17 versions is that there was a updated version of the building wands. So I've downloaded that, I've played around with it a little bit, and I think this was a really, really good updated version. This is the building wands mod from nicguzzo, and takes something that we're very familiar with from earlier versions and actually really adds a lot of really cool elements to it. Now, while I'm using the 1.17 version of this mod, it is also available in 1.16 as well. So if you've got a pack that you're looking to add a building wand to, this one might be a good one for consideration. Like other versions of building wands, there's a couple different tiers of wand available. First up is the stone wand that is 2 sticks and a piece of cobblestone. Next up is the iron wand, which is 2 sticks and an iron ingot. Then, of course, we got our diamond wand, which is 2 sticks and a diamond. And then last but not least is the netherite wand. And like most vanilla tools, to get the netherite version, you need to use a smithing table, a diamond version of the tool, and then you need to add a netherite ingot to it. And that gets you your netherite version of that tool. So this one is no different than that. Each tier will give you an increasing amount of uses and will increase your range on the wand. Now, if you're in creative like I am now, it's not going to make a difference. But if you're using these tools in survival, one thing you got to make sure of is that you have the resources in your inventory that you're trying to build with, and enough of them that you're not going to run out. Now, to demonstrate, I've flipped to survival here. I've got 8 blocks of stone in my inventory. I've got a netherite wand. We're going to come up here. This is just a simple version of doing it. We're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. You can see the stone in my inventory went down. As soon as I ran out, I can't add any more to the stone. Now, this is something that's been very common through all previous versions of the building wands, but something new that I haven't seen before is that if you have a shulker with building materials in it, and you take that shulker and you put it in your offhand, your building wand will pick up the items in that shulker and you can build with it. So if I take it out of my offhand, it's still in my inventory. You see, we don't get that little GUI pop up. But we go put it in our hand again and we get that GUI here. So that is something really cool. That is something I really like. Since we're looking at it right now, this is probably a good opportunity to talk about the different modes of the building wands. Right now we're looking at mode 0. If we go and press V on our keyboard, you can see wand mode 1, row column, wand mode 2, fill between corners, wand mode 3, fill area, wand mode 4, line, wand mode 5, circle, and then what we were on originally, wand mode 0, direction from block. So what we can do is we can go through these very, very quickly. Wand mode 0 basically gives you this GUI when you are looking at a particular block. So if I look at the ground, it gives me a GUI on that. If I'm looking at the stone block, it gives me the GUI there. Now from here, depending on where we are looking, it will tell us where it's going to place the block. So in the middle, it's going to place the block at the end of the row. That's how I've been doing it previously. If I do the arrow up, it's going to place the block up. If I do it to the side, it's going to place a block way, way down there. You can see that you might not even be able to see it down on here. If we went closer to the end, you can see it pops down at that end. We could do the same thing here. I'm not going to run all the way down to the end in this case. But the other things it's got these diagonals, which are really, really cool. So I think I've got about 4 blocks left. If we do the diagonal off of the block that I'm facing, right click, right click, right click, right click, we can build some stairs. And There you go. That was my last block. I had 5 blocks left in that shulker. So that is really, really cool. Now, that is really, really cool. What I'm going to do now is I'm going to set myself back to creative. So I'm back in creative again. What we're going to do is we're going to press V once. That gets us into wand mode 1 row or a column. So I've got a really, really long row here. If I come up to it, you can see it's going to place all those blocks in that area there. Now I'm in creative. I'm using a netherite wand. It gives me a really, really good range and I don't have to worry about materials. If you were in survival, those are 2 things you're going to have to consider. But we go place those blocks there. We can place those there. We can place those there. Really, really nice for making floors. Now, because I don't want to mess around with this too much, though, I don't really want all these ones here. This is a little bit awkward for me. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go press the U key. Oh, here we go. Okay. All right. I wasn't really thinking about it because I picked a really, really long row. Every time I press U, it's actually coming off the end here. So if we go U, it is undoing all of these one at a time. If I did Shift U, it undoes my undo. So it's basically a redo. And then if I did Alt U, it would remove them by tens. So it's not a complete undo, but it is actually pretty close. Now, that is pretty standard from previous versions of the building wands. If we go press V one more time, we get the wand mode 2 fill between corners. What that means is that, I've got a column here. If I go and click, and then at my top point, I can come over here. You can actually see the outline of where it's going to build. We can go place it right there. We do the same thing here. We'll go click out here. Very, very easy to make boxes, very, very easy to make structures, really, really cool, very simple to use. And then very easy to undo there. Now we're going to go press V one more time, wand mode 3 fill area. Now that will take anything that you're looking at from the top and basically add another layer to it. So if I was looking at the ground, if I had the dirt, or if I wanted to, I could certainly raise this dirt level up. Same thing here. If I wanted to do this whole big area over here, we can certainly do that. Again, I am in creative. I am using the netherite version. Smaller tiers of the wand will certainly do less. Not only can we go up, but we can go out and increase the thickness of a wall. So we'll press V one more time. We're now in wand mode 4 line. So if I take a block, if I place it down here, we can go select that block, it builds a line. This is really, really great, but it's very similar to other things that we've got. Where this one really excels is if we go put that off center a bit, we can go select that block and connect it up there. If we've got like a complete diagonal over here, we can go again, select that block, make that connection there. So as you can see, it kind of lays them out in as straight a line as possible. Let's try to do a very, very awkward one. We'll do a big distance here and let's go click on that. Click on this one again. So basically it comes up with as straight a line as possible. Now we got one more mode to play around with. I'm going to go press V that last time, wand mode 5 circle. So this is a really, really cool feature. Now there's a couple of different ways out there, websites and such that help you build, as perfect a circle as you can based on the width and the dimensions and the height and all of that. What this wand does is that it will actually build the circles for you. So what we're going to do is we're going to go right click on the block, and then we're just going to go and back up. Actually, if we fly, we just got to stay high enough that we sense the ground. You can see we can make as big a circle as we can. You can see the dimensions going up to 35 there, 37. See how far we can get with it. All right, so now this could just be because I am in creative, but that's giving me a really, really huge circle here, a diameter of 373. I don't have anywhere else to really go and place it from this point here. If we were in survival, let's just give that a little bit of a test. it looks like it would still plot it out for you, which is really, really cool. You would have to have a ton of blocks in your inventory, and I don't think any of the wands would be able to do all of the blocks at one time. So it might be a little bit too hard to use it after a certain size, but it's certainly plotting it out for you, which is really, really cool. But basically what we want to do is we want to show it off something a little bit more manageable. So here we go. Here's a diameter of 11. And we go there, and there you go. There's our circle. We can go select a higher level here. We can come out one more. And then we'll do one more on top of that. And then right there. I think that one was actually one too far out, but there you go. You kind of get the same idea. The block you pick is your center, and everything else is a radius off of that. So that is really, really cool. That is a really neat function. Something that, you know, could really, really help speed up your builds quite a bit. So there you go. That is the Building Wands mod, the 1.17 version by nicguzzo. It's definitely an improvement on some of the earlier versions. I really, really like it. There's a lot of really, really cool features. So if you're looking for a building wand for your custom mod pack, this might be one to check out. But that's going to be it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Hopefully you found it informative. If you did, please think about leaving a like and a subscribe. You can follow me on Twitter at JackelWolf. Also, check out the description below. There will be a link to my Discord page. I would love it if you guys stop by to say hi. As well, there'll be a link to my Patreon page. If you enjoy this channel, if you enjoy this content you want to support, stop by, check it out. There are a lot of great perks out there for all of my supporters. Also, I've been streaming on Twitch, JackelWolf77. I stream Tuesday nights, Friday nights, and Saturday nights, 8 o'clock Mountain Standard Time. So if you're looking for a chance to chat with me, that would be a great opportunity to do that. But that is it. I'll see you guys next time. Goodbye.